As a teacher, have you ever caught your students doing something inappropriate? I teach at a Catholic middle school, so our standards for appropriate behavior are pretty high. Technically, a student telling another student to shut up counts as inappropriate for us, and I'd have to discipline that student if I heard it. The most inappropriate thing I've ever caught a student doing, that would be inappropriate even by public school standards, happened about 5 years ago. I was proctoring a standardized test near the end of the school year. All of the 8th graders had already been accepted into their high schools, and they just didn't care about the standardized test or anything else having to do with school at that point. This particular test session was an hour long, and students were not allowed to read a book or draw or do anything else once they were finished with their tests. The idea is to prevent students from rushing through the test to get back to a book they're reading. The 8th graders rushed through the test anyway, because they just didn't care. One student literally put his name on his paper and turned it in with all of the answers blank. He'd been a discipline problem for the 2 years I taught him, and I was happy he was about to move on to high school. He turned in his answer sheet before I even sat down from passing out everyone's tests, smiled at me, returned to his seat, and put his head on his desk. I wasn't allowed to say anything to him